Is Police Commissioner Riah Phiyega fit to hold office? Why have all the 9 provincial commissioners come out in her support? Are POPCRU and SAPU's positions supported by all their respective members? And how has the Marikana tragedy impacted Riah Phiyega's reputation? What time is it? It is question time. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is POPCRU. National Police Commissioner Riah Phiyega was given until last Friday to tell President Jacob Zuma why she should still keep her job. The instruction followed the release of the Marikana Commission report. The report lambasted police action for the deaths of 34 striking mine workers at Marikana in 2012. Meanwhile, all 9 provincial police commissioners have come out in support of the National Police Commissioner. But what are POPCRU and the South African Police Union's positions on this matter? I remind that if you have an opinion or review, this is a live program. You can call us. The number to dial 089-110-4210, 002-789-110-4210 if you're outside the borders. Our Twitter handle @QuestionTime24. My guest today, Gosnat Teledi, is the General Secretary of POPCRU, and Mpo Ngwinika, who is the President of the South African Police Union. Gentlemen, welcome to Question Time. If I may put it in other words, SAPU's hashtag Phiyega must fall. POPCRU's hashtag Phiyega must stay. Why should Phiyega fall?
It is because of the conduct or actions in leadership of the South African Police Service.
You are not happy at all?
No.
POPCRU, what makes you so excited that you're saying she should keep her job?
Maybe let's put the whole issue into perspective.
Yes.
Right. The whole Marikana debacle, how it came about, and then the report being released, as you in your introduction.
Yes.
And look at the matter holistically. Not only the commissioner, we're looking at everybody who's involved, and we want to say to the members who were part of this process, POPCRU put its weight behind them. We will support them throughout, through thick and thin. We'll support them. They were not there on their own. They were there executing their official duties. And unfortunately, loss of life. Our heartfelt condolences to the families. Now, on the question of whether or not the commissioner must fall, we are saying, in fact, we haven't seen anything into the contrary which says she must go.
Who should take responsibility for the Marikana massacre?
Well, that is according to the Falam Commission. The police, in its actions, must take responsibility. And in our view, obviously that process, the police, in their submission which we support, they said they were acting in self-defense.
Yes.
And well, if you look into what was happening, obviously they were under attack. They were in self-defense. I want to emphasize, unfortunately there was a loss of life. Now, merely to come and say the commissioner must go, even the commissioner, the Commission of Inquiry itself never said the commissioner must go. It said there should be a board of inquiry which must make that determination.
Yes.
And the determination obviously will be now the actual facts, which says she must go.
But this is this is the same person who withheld information to the commission.
I think she will answer for herself on that part as to whether or not she will tell the information.
Well, we're now talking on the basis of the report.
Well, I'm saying she will respond on that on that process.
But why are you defending somebody you're not so sure is going to even agree to something like that? It means you believe that she didn't.
Of which, well, we do believe when the commission started, we were part of the proceedings.
Does POPCRU know something which we do not know in this matter?
It's a matter of principle, Mpho.
You are not going to tell us.
All I'm saying, it's a matter of principle.
Yes.
That we approach the matter on a principle approach.
Yes.
To say we can't just say the commissioner must fall on the basis of that as look. Let me. We have disagreed with the commissioner many times.
Yes.
We have pulled out masses throughout the country, marching against her on issues that we do not agree with, for her to address, and she has since addressed those issues. We agree, so we disagree on a lot of. It's not a matter of now her as a person. We look the matter holistically.
Okay.
Yes.
You know, SAPO does not support mediocrity. What we are raising are issues that are traceable. We have placed them before Parliament, even before. Let us not confine this discussion only on the Marikana issue.
Correct.
Because there are a variety of issues which we need to look at. Let us first deal with the issue of the day before the killings which took place in Marikana. 13 generals met and they decided the fate of that day.
Yes.
But that meeting, it was an official meeting, and it was supposed to have been recorded in terms of the prescripts that we have.
Yes.
And we are told that such minutes were not made available to the commission.
Yes.
And in terms of the procedures, misconduct cases should have been opened against those people who were responsible for covering what has been taking place in that meeting. And to date, we do not have any case registered against those members. It is clear that that meeting have been concealed from public view.
Yes.
That is not all. You look at the issues of the appointments that are taking place within the South African Police Service. These issues are really having a negative impact on the police members themselves. In that, early this year, somewhere on the 1st of April, 30,000 constables are waiting to be salary graded. They qualify these people to move from constable to sergeants.
Yes.
5,199 of sergeants who are to move over to warrant officers.
Warrant officers,
they are
yes.
waiting for promotions, these people. So is the warrant officers B1 to B2, which is 24,000. We're talking about people who are in the forefront of fighting crime in this country, who are disillusioned and their morale is so low. So when we talk about the issue of General Phiyega, we should not only confine it to the issue of Marikana. There are a lot of issues that are contributing.
Are you happy on that note? I'm sure you represent workers, both of you.
Indeed.
And the constables, warrant officers, and sergeants that he's talking about.
Those are our direct members,
yes.
membership. And if we talk about mediocrity, indeed, that is what my colleague is talking about. Look, the issue of constables and sergeants and those promotions were not held because the commissioner did not want to. There was there's a litigation process underway, which is not spoken about. That litigation was because one member called Barnard did not claimed her promotion, and now Solidarity took the matter to court.
Yes.
And it prolonged for a couple of years until the Constitutional Court pronounced, and we were part of that process, litigation, to say affirmative action must be defended. And we have defended, in fact, we are proud to say we have defended affirmative action for the country, not for SAPS, for the country.
You know, my colleague here, I think is misleading the public. These are two different matters. The issue that is referring to are issues of lieutenant and majors. That matter is in public domain, it's known. And those members, it is correct to say that there are litigations, but not on constables, sergeants, and warrant officers. That's why we did not touch base on that one. But you see,
why are you lying to us?
You've got 1,500 of those police officers that are waiting on the basis of that litigation that is referring to.
Well, it's unfortunate that we'll come here and make a debate that should be made in the bargaining council.
No, but what are the facts?
The fact is what I'm putting to you. So, if in fact, we even on the whole issue of promotions at all levels, which is agreed to that they should be unlocked now that the litigation is almost at the tail end. Okay. It shouldn't be attributed to her fitness of office.
Okay. I want you to hold it there. I want us to take a quick break. When we return, I'll be expecting those calls. 08911042110. Members of POPCRU, members of SAPU, members of Solidarity, community members. What are your views? Hashtag should Riah fall? Hashtags hands off Riah Phiyega. Where do you stand? This is question time.
Your World makes it its business every evening to round up the leading local stories and international news to keep you informed all the time.
Make a date with Your World every evening for all the news headlines around the world to keep you abreast with knowledge.
Catch Your World for headlines across the world every Monday to Friday from 9 p.m, then Saturday and Sunday from 7 p.m.
It's more tragedy for Nepal. A 7.3 earthquake struck the Asian country this morning.
Frightened evacuees fled camps and health facilities when the quake struck.
I think it's a really big hit of earthquake because the gate has also slanted and every pole are moving like that they will fall again.
And it comes barely 2 weeks after a 7.8 magnitude quake claimed over 8,000 lives.
The country saw more of its historic buildings and temples destroyed. The country's president Ram Baran Yadav was addressing a meeting when the quake hit.
Primetime News, daily at 6 p.m. CAT.
My guest today, Nkosinathi Teledi, who is the General Secretary of POPCRU, and Mpho Nkwinika, who is the President of SAPU, South African Police Union. But first, let's take a look at this insert.
Riah herself has been very successful, and that's why she was headhunted. She never applied for the job. She was headhunted because of her skills and capacities when men over a period of time have not been succeeding to run the police ministry. And outside Marikana, you can feel that the stability in the police, which is also a point for women, because women don't bring egos that fill the house, and you find that there's no space to do anything. I'm not blaming Falam with Riah, but to want to judge a person for having been in an office in 2 months and then say you have to assess her fitness for office in 2 months. I mean, where do you even get, even in probation, where do you get assessed for performance in 2 months?
Becoming more interesting. The number to dial will be on screen there. Please give us a call. Just like Simpiwa. Simpiwa, you're in the Eastern Cape.
Yeah, Simbiwa.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah, Simbiwa speaking from Attersville.
Oh, I'm
yes.
Sorry, I was given a wrong name here. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to... Hello?
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to concur with the comrade of SAPU on that part of that Riah Phiyega may need to go in the SABC. We need the management of South African Police Service. They need to change the deployee tactic. They need to put actually a minister that has been having a basic training of the police.
But why should that only happen with the police?
Yes.
I'm saying, why should that only happen with the police? I mean, it doesn't mean Qedani Mahlangu is not a medical doctor. She's the MEC of Health here in Gauteng. She's doing quite fairly well. Do you need to be a policeman in order to run a political office?
It's true what as he said when she uttered her words when she uttered her words before her appointment. She said that there's no need that he must be having a bottle store.
Yes.
And so that he can be a drunkard. But the police itself, it needs to be commanded with the person who has been fully trained as a police official. Because the top structure, these constables, sergeants are talking about that comrade are true. They are not be considered for their promotion. And well as even there are members who are working on standby duties in all the South African police service are not even paid for their duties. They are doing nothing for that.
Okay, Simpiwa, thank you very much. Is there a problem of disregard of authority because the general is not a career police person?
Look, I don't think that is the reason. I think when she was appointed, we as the South African Policing Union and our membership said we are going to stand behind her so that she succeed. And I need to indicate that we have been always objective, making sure that the institution performs to realize its constitutional obligation, which is to ensure safety and security to all inhabitants in this country. It is unfortunate that instead of crime declining, the crime continues to rise. South Africans are faced with criminals on a daily basis.
Yes.
The issue of killing of police officers, it's just an indication that South Africa, there is a contested terrain. Criminals want to overpower police officers, and that is anarchy. And I think government and all of us need to stand and fight the issue of criminality in this country.
Johnny, you are in the Northwest.
Yes.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Johnny.
Hello?
Yes, you are live on air now.
All right, you're speaking to Johnny now?
Yes.
All right, fine. I mean 100% support with POPCRU there now.
Okay.
Because of the fact that the president of SAPU might not have the understanding of the role of the police. The role of the police is to protect themselves and the community. If people are coming and attacking the police, should they run away to what should they do? Because it was not the first incident. The people were maimed very seriously, and including a police official and a security official. So I mean 100% support that Riah Phiyega should stay because she has made marvelous difference in the police service.
Okay.
You know what? I need to address something here. There's no way where SAPU is saying that the issue of Marikana, policemen were involved in that conduct. They are wrong. I'm saying this is a command and control environment.
Yes.
Where they take directives from leadership. Whoever was in control or in charge of that incident should have foreseen that loss of lives is going to take place, and act accordingly and even replan, because it is as a result of poor planning that what has happened in Marikana has happened. But the buck stops with the National Commissioner. For all what is happening here,
Mr. Terry doesn't agree with that.
Accounting and an accounting officer of the South African Police Service in this regard is the National Commissioner, unfortunately.
Mr. Terry doesn't agree that the buck stops with Riah Phiyega.
It stops there.
Well, the commissioner, yes, is in charge of the entire department. The incident that we are talking about, which is the one which calls for the Board of Inquiry about her fitness, I'm not sure if how could she have given that command at the instant of a moment when people were being advanced by a group. So there were two issues, obviously. If it didn't happen the way the unfortunate situation happened, we would be talking about police officials who have been maimed to death.
Yeah, but there are police officials who were killed.
Already 10 people were killed,
yes.
2 police officers included, 10 days before,
yes.
which are not spoken about. We're going to talk about 34 people who were killed on the 16th, whereas they were already. So okay. I'm saying the threat was already there with people killed. Now, what instruction or command could have been given that by the commissioner to say, indeed, now you can open a trigger at the instant of a moment when they were advanced by...
So you are saying the commissioner did not give the command?
Not at all.
But somebody gave the command.
Well, there were commanders in charge of the situation.
Yes.
Which now, obviously...
who sat in a pre-plenary meeting of that operation on the day?
I'm saying they were obviously there were options.
You are aware that police officers were bolstered, the numbers were increased on the day?
Of course, they should.
Why?
I mean, you spoke about the 2 officers who have been killed.
Yes.
Now, this has been going on for some time with Northwest, Rustenburg in particular, which could not manage the situation.
Who should take responsibility of this? Are you saying it is the commanders who were on the ground on the day?
Look, no question, the people who passed on because of the police action. No question about it. Now, the issue is who must take accountability. And I'm saying the officers were on self-defense on the day in question when the unfortunate situation unfolded.
So they acted on their own?
On self-defense.
Yeah, on their own. I mean, on self-defense, you don't have to wait for an order.
Well, there will be someone who's in charge, who's looking...
Who says shoot on self-defense?
Who says act? Yes.
Yeah, but were they attacked?
They were.
On the day?
I think if you can put the clip on, which shows this, it will show you people advancing the police in action.
They say they were on their way home.
Do you believe it?
Well, that's another thing. Bushi, you are in Polokwane, or Limpopo rather?
Yes, the Limpopo.
Yes.
What I'm saying is I will stand with the POPCRU, Secretary of POPCRU. Yes, Phiyega must not leave. Yes, indeed, because he really do the good job.
Okay.
We can't stand and watch while the police are dying, saying they must not protect themselves. They must protect themselves as a self-defense.
Bushi, SAPU is not saying the police did not have a right to defend themselves, and they are not saying that General Phiyega must go only because of Marikana.
No. When I hear my colleague of President of SAPU, I can hear that maybe he don't understand that the police, they have their life, they have their family. Because
he's
only
a policeman himself.
Phiyega must step down, which means she was not. She according to him, she's not fit to work with the SAP.
Okay, thank you, Bushi.
You see, I think we must assist the public now on this.
Very quickly, we've run out of time.
Okay.
Yes.
I think the National Commissioner should do an honorable thing and step down.
Okay.
And allow other, it's a Women's Month. If the President was to make a decision during this month, maybe the National Development Plan, of 2030 will be implemented and make sure that the committee that comprises of team of experts are going to be able to assist the President in identifying the National Commissioner, recommending 3 people, top people, whom then the President then will choose from.
Okay.
Other than to have a cloud hovering over the head of the President to say the problems which we are faced with in South Africa today are as a result of his appointments.
Okay. POPCRU, very quickly.
Well, yes. We cannot say justifiably that the commissioner must fall on the basis of the public opinion. If at all, her fitness of office is to be taken care of, obviously that board will make that determination.
Okay.
And as for now, we are not convinced
But
otherwise.
politics is about opinions and perceptions.
Okay. This discussion will definitely continue. That was Question Time for today. A big thank you to my guests and to you for watching the show. From me and the crew, have yourself a wonderful time. Goodbye.